GB Cycles here with an update on February the 25th. And previous week we saw the market continue down with a prolonged downswing, and we did make a potential low at my 4-week cycle low. So the critical point now will be in this next bullish phase starting the coming week and lasting for let's say 2 weeks. In this period, will we actually see bullish action, or will this bullish phase be sabotaged, meaning not being materialized? We could see if we see weakness in the coming 1-2 weeks, that could mean we could have a breakdown here. But on the other hand, this could be should we focus on the downside? This could be a perfect buying setup. Also, I should mention my 4-week cycle often merges into a 8-week cycle, and that's probably what we have seen the recent 8 weeks, 8-week oscillation. So anyway, let's switch over here. My 7-year cycle in red still giving us a possibility of a downtrend into the summer sometime. I drew these 2 scenarios here, and let's see. We are just about at the 200-day moving average. We have broken out of this falling trend line. Now we are pulling back testing these. Is this now support? Are we about to continue this rally? I don't really know, but let's see what clues we can get from my cycles and other work. So still possible. This is a perfect buying setup, but it could fail. Just a small bounce and then we break down. Let's switch over to, well, this is pretty much the same. Also, we should notice my 40-week offset here in light green. Breaking above that one gives me, I would say, an edge for a new bull market. And we were indeed a bit above this offset, but now we are below again. So, if bullish, we should break out and make a higher high. If bearish, we should generally stay below this and go down to some kind of a low. So this definitely looks like a sell setup in the daily data, but we are at this support line and at some moving averages. So, but if this is bearish, I do have this setup. We could have some more downside the coming days, and the final low in about 4 weeks. And that's pretty much the bearish setup from my 4-week cycle. We are near some kind of short-term low. We could see a bounce, but no rally, just a bounce, then failing, and then we go down to the next 4-week cycle low. So this one favors more downside in the short term, the coming week, and then the bounce. So going back to my 4-week cycle, that would mean we should break below this support line, this trend line, and not start the bounce until we are a bit into this bullish phase. And then the bullish phase is over, and then we couldn't rally, it was just a bounce, and then we go down to this next cycle low late in March. Let's see. Yeah, cycle time. Okay, in green I have the quarterly cycle. Also notice these longer cycles here. So in green this is the double quarterly cycle, or the half-year cycle. So the quarterly cycle shows also a half-year behavior, and this half-year behavior suggests a low around early April. And if we look at the quarterly cycle, we see the cycle is about to roll over and go down. We have the dominant 16-week cycle. That one still favors upside unless this around New Year was an early cycle low. This could be an early bearish left translated cycle high, possibly, but into mid-March the cycle is wants us to rally. Also here you should notice in red, this is the double of the 16-week cycle. It's about 34-week cycle. And that one has been the most dominant in the S&P for, say, 10 years or more. And here you see the cycle lows of this one. This one was a bit unclear, not a deep cycle low here. Anyway, this cycle also suggests a major low coming up around June. And then we have the 10-week cycle. As we see, the low around New Year was a late cycle low for this cycle, and right now this cycle wants to start to rally again. So we are making a possible low here at this cycle low, and this cycle wants to rally. So for us to see something bearish here, we have to see this bullish phase fail, or at least producing, well, not going up to higher highs, but some kind of a failing rally, and then we go down to the next cycle low. And the composite of these three cycles, as we see, the composite is bullish into mid-March or early March. So still time for some kind of rally here. Just like the 4-week cycle suggests, we should see some bullish action here, but that might fail. I've been bearish for very long and very disappointed about this bear market. It so far hasn't been as bearish as I was expecting, and I would say hoping for. So I still hope we could crash down into some kind of capitulation low in the summer, but the data I'm seeing, the stock market action, is not looking that bearish yet. Actually, many of my indicators suggest I should switch over to being bullish, and this is a bull market. I find it still a bit hard to believe that. I'm not ready to just buy any dip. So this is the critical point. Well, we've been at many critical points going up here, and every time the bulls were the stronger. So, but here, if this is a new bull market, we should go to a higher high. We should probably go above this August high, and then we could make a pullback consolidation into the summer, and then the bull market really takes off. But if this is bearish, we should probably not make a higher high than this February highs, and at some time start to break down into March, April, some kind of a bounce, and then I would say, yeah, we should have a new bear market lows then sometime in May, June, July, even August. So at this point I have no clear forecast. My swing indicators suggest the downswing should be over, and we should have an upswing of some kind this coming week. Also, my 4-week cycle is bullish, so yeah, looks like we should see some kind of an upswing, but it could fail. We could drop into something bearish here in March. So, see ya!